You really thought I'd marry someone like you? My girlfriend laughed in front of our families when I proposed. I walked out without a word. She called me delusional, demanded I apologize. By the weekend, the truth about her affairs and schemes destroyed her entire image. Hey Reddit, I proposed to my girlfriend, and she turned it into a public humiliation with her friends and family cheering it on. So I walked out, cut contact, and rebuilt my life. The problem? They weren't done with me. Before we get to that, let me start from the beginning. My name is Daniel. I'm 32, a fire protection systems engineer in Nashville. I design sprinkler and suppression systems, one of those jobs nobody understands until their building doesn't burn down. 3.5 years with someone, steady career, decent savings. Thought I had it figured out. Turns out I was just the placeholder. Her name was Claire. Met her at a Titans tailgate. She'd just finished a graphic design degree and did freelance branding for boutiques. She had this magnetic pull, commanded every room without warmth. People got sucked in whether they wanted to or not. I fell hard. First year was smooth. My Germantown apartment, Thai takeout, normal life. Looking back, she never really saw me. Just kept me around until she found something shinier. After 18 months, we moved in together. She pushed for the Gulch. Luxury high-rise, rooftop pool, smart home system. I wanted reasonable. She won. Rent was $2,800 before parking. I covered 60%. Her freelance income swung from $3,000 to $800. I never made it a thing. She ran with a crew of 4. Jordan, the ringleader, always filming. Madison, the hype echo. Riley, the finance snob. Paige, the self-appointed TikTok therapist. They traveled in a pack, loud and performative. My parents never clicked with her. Mom noticed she never asked me anything. Dad went quiet after Claire mocked my basic truck. They didn't tell me not to marry her, but they didn't have to. Her parents, though, whole different world. Diane saw Claire as a gifted prodigy. Greg just nodded and funded whatever she wanted. And then there was Violet, her younger sister. Quiet, overlooked, treated like an assistant more than family. By year 3, I'd saved for a ring. Cushion-cut diamond, yellow gold, hidden halo, $9,000. Took 6 jewelers to find the right one. The plan was to propose at her birthday month dinner in April at Husk, the southern restaurant she'd been obsessed with. She invited her 4 friends and both families. A proper celebration, she called it. Seemed like the perfect moment. Everyone important to her in one place. Dessert, then the proposal. I showed up early, confirmed everything, tipped the server. Claire arrived 20 minutes late with her entourage, dressed like she was walking a red carpet. My parents sat quietly. Her parents showered her with praise. Violet slipped in last, unnoticed. Dinner went as expected. Loud friends, Claire holding court, dismissive comments about being between projects. I kept touching the ring box in my pocket. Dessert was supposed to be my moment. What happened instead was something else entirely. Phones were up all over the table. Jordan filming openly, Madison snapping clips, Paige pretending she wasn't recording. Jordan stood up first, right as our plates were being cleared. She had her phone out, already recording. "Okay, everyone, I want to make a toast," she said, loud enough that nearby tables turned to look. "To Claire, for her birthday month celebration." Everyone raised their glasses. I started to relax. This was fine. Just a toast, then dessert, then my moment. But first, Jordan continued, that smile that wasn't quite a smile on her face. I think someone here has something they want to say. Daniel, you've been looking nervous all night. Want to share what's in your pocket? My stomach dropped. The table went silent. Claire was looking at me with this expression I couldn't read. Her friends were all smiling. My parents looked confused. Her parents looked expectant. I stood up slowly. Everyone was staring. Jordan was still recording. I started, my hand going to the box in my pocket. "Oh my God! Is he going to propose?" Madison shrieked right on cue. "Finally," Riley said, voice dripping with something mean. Diane leaned toward Claire, loud enough for everyone to hear. "Honey, are you sure about this? I mean, he's been nice and all, but you could do so much better. You shouldn't settle just because he's been around." The words hit like a slap. My mom's face went red. My dad's jaw tightened. Greg stared at his plate. I pulled out the box, opened it. The ring caught the light. The restaurant went completely quiet. Before I could say anything, Claire laughed. Not surprised. Mocking. The kind you'd give to something pathetic. "Look at this guy," she said, loud enough for everyone to hear. "He actually thinks I'm going to marry him." Jordan's phone still recording. Madison joined the laughter. Riley shaking her head. Paige with fake sympathy. "Claire, babe," Paige said patronizingly. "Maybe we should talk about this privately?" Why? Everyone here was going to find out eventually. Daniel, seriously, did you really think this was going somewhere? I just stood there, Ring box open, everyone staring. I mean, look around. You can barely afford this place without stressing about it for weeks. You drive a 10-year-old truck. You work a job most people don't even understand. What exactly did you think you were bringing to the table? Riley laughed at that. Bringing to the table, good one. My mom started to say something, but my dad stopped her. Violet stared at her plate. Her parents frozen, Diane's mouth open, Greg looking everywhere except at me. Claire, I said quietly. What, Daniel? What are you going to say? That you love me? That we're good together? She was performing now. You're a placeholder. You've always been a placeholder. I was just waiting for the right time to upgrade. I closed the ring box. The click was loud in the sudden silence. Our server stood frozen a few feet away, tray in hand, eyes wide. She'd seen everything. So had half the restaurant. Enjoy your dinner, I said. Then I looked at my parents. Let's go. We walked to the server station together. The server followed us looking rattled. Sir, I'm so sorry, she said quietly. I've never seen anything like that. Not your fault, I said, pulling out my wallet. Can you split the check? Just charge my card for the three of us. I gestured to my parents. They can figure out the rest themselves. She nodded. Processed it quickly. My dad stood beside me, hand on my shoulder. It took maybe 5 minutes. Behind us, I could hear Claire's voice, louder now, saying something about how I couldn't take a joke, how I was being dramatic. The server handed me the receipt. If you ever need someone to confirm what happened here tonight, she said, her voice low, my name is Rachel. Manager has my contact info. Thank you, I said. My mom touched my arm, didn't say anything. We walked out together, past tables full of people pretending not to stare, past the hostess stand, out into the Nashville night. In the parking lot, my mom finally spoke. Come stay with us tonight. I need to get my stuff first, I said. Then we'll follow you, my dad said. Not a question, a fact. We drove in convoy back to the high-rise. The whole way there, my phone was blowing up. Texts, calls, voicemails. I didn't look at any of them. The apartment was dark when we got there. Claire was still at the restaurant, probably celebrating. I didn't waste time. My dad grabbed my work stuff and clothes. My mom packed the essentials. Bathroom items, my parents' photo, a few books. 40 minutes, 3 trips, and 3.5 years fit into my truck. I left everything we bought together. Furniture, dishes, smart speakers, the $600 espresso machine. I took only what was mine. Tools, gym bag, hard hat, safety vest. Before walking out, I shut everything down. Removed my access from the smart home system, changed every password, screenshotted a month of texts, rent requests, money complaints, and saved it all to the cloud. Then I sent one message. Do not contact me again. I muted her number instead of blocking it. Clean evidence, no noise. My parents drove behind me to an extended stay hotel in Brentwood. I didn't sleep. At 3 a.m., I turned my phone back on. 87 texts, 32 missed calls, mostly from unknown numbers. I screenshotted everything, saved it, then blocked her entire circle. Next morning, I handled the rest. Called my landlord, signed off the lease, paid through month's end. Claire could figure out $2,800 a month alone. Then I called my bank, split accounts, revoked access, changed every password, shut down every shared service. My dad came by the hotel around noon with coffee and breakfast sandwiches from this spot he liked. Your mother wants to know if you need anything, he said, sitting down across from me at the small table. I need to find an apartment, I said. Take your time. Hotel's paid for 2 weeks. I'm not going to hide. He looked at me for a long moment. Good. You shouldn't. But you need to be smart about what comes next. What do you mean? I mean her parents saw what happened. Her friends recorded it. This is going to get messy. You need to document everything. Every contact attempt. Every message. Everything. Don't respond. Just save it all. You think she's going to try to fix it? I think she's going to try to control the narrative, he said. And when that doesn't work, she's going to panic. People like that don't handle consequences well. He was right. By Monday morning, it had started. Jordan had posted a story on Instagram. I could have watched it on the burner, but I didn't. Ryan from work called me instead. Dude, you need to see this, he said. I'm not on my real Instagram anymore. She's saying you proposed to Claire out of nowhere, that you'd been pressuring her for months, that she had to reject you publicly because you wouldn't take no for an answer in private. My jaw clenched. That's a lie. I know it's a lie, but it's getting traction. Her friends are all commenting, backing up the story. They're making you sound controlling and desperate. Send me screenshots, I said. He did. All of them. Jordan's original post, the comments from Madison and Riley and Paige, all coordinating the same story. Claire wasn't posting herself, but she was liking every comment that painted me as the villain. I saved everything. built a habit, documented every contact attempt, every message, every threat. Then something else happened. My work email pinged. Message from HR wanting to schedule a meeting. My stomach dropped. I called Mark immediately. Mark, what's going on? Someone sent an anonymous email to HR and the partners, he said. Claims you've been unstable at work, aggressive with coworkers, mentioned something about a public incident over the weekend. They want to talk to you. I'll be there in 30 minutes, I said. I'm bringing documentation. I showed up to work with a folder, printed screenshots of every text from Claire about money, printed screenshots of the call log from that night, printed screenshots of the social media posts trying to reframe what happened. My boss, Mark, and the HR director sat across from me. Daniel, we got an email making some serious accusations, the HR director started. I know, I said, sliding the folder across. Here's what actually happened. I walked them through everything. The planned proposal, the public humiliation, the recording, the coordinated social media attack, the anonymous email that was clearly retaliation. Do you know who sent it? Mark asked. I can guess, but I can't prove it. What I can prove is that I'm being harassed by my ex-girlfriend and her friends after I tried to propose, and she rejected me by humiliating me in front of a restaurant full of people. The HR director read through everything slowly. Then she looked up at me. We're going to need you to file a formal complaint about the harassment, she said. And if any of these people contact you again or attempt to contact anyone here, you need to let us know immediately. Already planning on it, I said. I left that meeting with my job intact, and an official paper trail started. First small win. That night, my phone rang from an unknown number. I didn't answer. Let it go to voicemail. Listen to it after. It was Diane, Claire's mom. Daniel, this is getting out of hand. Claire is devastated. She didn't mean what she said. She was just overwhelmed by the pressure of a public proposal. You know how she gets. I think you two need to sit down and talk this through like adults. She's willing to forgive you for embarrassing her at the restaurant if you're willing to admit you moved too fast. Call me back. Forgive me for embarrassing her. I saved the voicemail. Didn't call back. 2 days later, another voicemail. This time from Greg, Claire's dad. His voice was quiet, apologetic. Daniel, it's Greg. I wanted to say I'm sorry about how that dinner went. What Claire said, what Diane said, it wasn't right. I should have spoken up. You know how Diane gets. And Claire? She's always been strong-willed. And when Diane encourages her, look, I'm not making excuses. I just wanted you to know that not everyone in the family thought that was okay. But I can't go against them on this. I hope you understand. Take care of yourself. I saved that voicemail too. Not because I was going to use it, just because it proved what I already knew about that family. Greg saw the problem. He knew it was wrong. He just didn't have the spine to do anything about it. I found an apartment in East Nashville. Nothing fancy, just a 2-bedroom in an older complex with off-street parking and a gym that was actually just a room with some weights and a treadmill. Rent was $11.50. I could breathe again. Moved in over a week, worked half days, and spent afternoons setting everything up. Bed, couch, TV, kitchen stuff, all new. Nothing from the old place. Nothing that reminded me of her. My parents helped me move the heavy stuff. My mom bought me dishes and towels and kept asking if I was okay. I kept saying yes, even though we both knew I wasn't. Work kept me sane. New hotel development near the airport. Complex fire suppression design. I threw myself into it. Stayed late, came in early, worked through lunch. Mark noticed, complimented my work ethic. Mentioned a possible senior engineer promotion by year end. Ryan from work had my back. Bad divorce a few years back. Understood blown up lives. We'd hit the gym together, and he never pushed me to talk unless I needed to. I returned the ring to the jeweler in early May. Took store credit. $9,000 sitting there for whenever I needed it. Felt good to have it off my hands. The harassment kept evolving. Burner numbers sending coordinated messages. You owe her an apology. You embarrassed her in front of her family. Real men don't propose without being sure. Never from Claire directly, but obviously orchestrated. I kept receipts. Quietly, noted time and date. Didn't respond. Just archived and blocked. Then weird gifts. Flowers with unsigned cards. Expensive coffee basket. Whiskey delivered to work. Everything designed to look romantic but felt like surveillance. I refused all deliveries, told my building and work not to accept anything. Then, the ambush attempt. Ryan got a LinkedIn message from Madison. She wants to apologize in person. Seems sincere. It's a setup, I replied. Tell her no and block her. But Madison didn't stop. She sent me a direct message 2 days later from a new account. Daniel, I know you're angry. I get it. But can we please meet for coffee? Just 30 minutes. I want to apologize face to face for my part in what happened. No Claire, no other friends, just me. Starbucks on West End. Your choice of time. I stared at that message. Something felt wrong. Too earnest. Too specific about location. I Googled the Starbucks she mentioned. Small space, limited seating, very easy to position a phone to record the whole place. Asked Ryan to check Madison's recent follows from his account. He reported back that one of them was a TikTok creator who specialized in public confrontation. Ryan? I called him. Madison just tried to set up a coffee meeting. You going? No. It's a recording setup. She wants me somewhere public where they can film me. Probably cry, make me look like the villain who won't accept an apology. Then they post it and I'm the bad guy again. Smart catch. I replied to Madison's message. Not interested in being filmed for your redemption arc? Lose my contact info. Blocked the new account. Logged it. I locked down tighter. Installed Ring doorbell camera. Changed locks. Added second deadbolt. Called building manager. Put Claire's photo on file with strict no entry instructions. Is this a protective order situation? The manager asked. Not yet. But if she shows up, call police and call me. Do not let her in. Weeks passed. Late April into May. Work going well, sleeping better, eating regular. Maybe I'd get through this. Then Violet reached out. LinkedIn message Tuesday morning. Daniel, it's Violet. I know you don't want to hear from anyone connected to her, but I need to talk. It's important. Can we meet somewhere public? I stared at that message for a long time. Violet had always been nice to me, quiet and polite, and basically ignored by her family. But she was still Claire's sister. This could be another setup. But something about the message felt different, felt genuine. Coffee, I replied. That place on 5th. Tomorrow at noon. I'll be there, she said. Violet showed up early, sitting at a corner table, hands wrapped around a coffee cup, nervous. Thanks for meeting me. What's this about? She pulled out her phone, slid it across. Group chat. Name at top. Operation Upgrade. Read it. Scrolled through messages. Dated back 3 months. Jordan, Madison, Riley, Paige, Claire. Planning the humiliation. Every detail. How Jordan would guess about the proposal. How Madison would laugh on cue. How Riley would make money comments. How Paige would offer fake sympathy. Every beat choreographed. But there was another reason. Kept scrolling. Messages about another guy. Kent. Older, established, brand consultant. Claire had been seeing him 2 months. Friends knew. Covered for her. Made excuses. Deleted tags. The humiliation wasn't about fear of commitment. It was about clearing the path for Kent without being the bad guy. Why show me this? Because it's wrong. I've watched Claire manipulate people my whole life. Watched my parents worship her while treating me like I'm invisible. Watched her use people and throw them away with zero consequences because my mom always fixes everything. I'm done watching. So what do you want? Nothing. I wanted you to know the truth. What you do with it is up to you. You could send me these screenshots. She nodded, sent the entire thread to my email. Months of messages, proof of the affair, premeditation, everything. One more thing. Kent dumped her last week. Once everything went public, he panicked, said he couldn't be associated with that kind of drama, blocked her. And now she wants me back. Now she needs you back. Her clients dropped her after Instagram went viral beyond her friend group. People don't hire someone who publicly humiliates their partner then brags about it. My mom's doing damage control, but it's not working. Claire's reputation is tanked. She thinks if she gets you back, she can spin it as a misunderstanding. That's not happening. I know. That's why I wanted to warn you. She's not stable. Desperate people do stupid things. Violet stood. If she finds out I talked to you, it'll be World War III. But you should know not everyone in our family thought what she did was okay. My dad won't say it, but he knows it was wrong. He's just too afraid of my mom. She left. Forwarded everything to Secure Cloud. Made 3 backups. Called Ryan. I need you to be my witness for something. He met me at my apartment an hour later. Showed him everything on my laptop. Let him read the entire thread. Watched his face go from confused to angry to disgusted. This is insane. They planned the whole thing? Every word. And she was cheating? For 2 months. We drafted a simple document. Ryan confirmed he saw everything, dated and signed. Both took photos with our phones for metadata. Done. That night, consulted with a lawyer. Dad's colleague, specialized in civil harassment. Walked him through everything. Public humiliation, social media attacks, anonymous work complaints, stalking, documented conspiracy. You have an extremely strong case for a protective order, and potentially for defamation if you want to pursue that. I don't want money. I want her to leave me alone. Then we file for a protective order, but get ready for her to lose it. Once she's served, she'll realize she's lost control. People don't react well to that. I'm ready. I hope you are. The paperwork was filed on a Friday. The court date was set for about 2 weeks out. Claire would be served by Monday. A temporary protective order would be in effect immediately upon service. I spent the weekend preparing, made sure every digital account was secure, made sure my building management had her photo and clear instructions, made sure my work knew what was happening, made sure my parents were aware, and had copies of all the documentation. Monday morning, I got the call. She'd been served at her parents' house. According to the process server, she'd opened the door, read the papers, and immediately started screaming. Her mother came to the door yelling about harassment. Server documented it all. Filed. By Monday afternoon, my doorbell camera caught the first attempt. Claire showed up, tried to get buzzed in. Building manager denied her. She started yelling into the intercom. Daniel, open the door. We need to talk about this protective order thing. This is insane. I just want to explain what really happened. You're being crazy. Building manager warned her. She refused to leave. Police came. She was sitting in the lobby crying, telling anyone who'd listen that her ex-boyfriend was harassing her. Police reviewed footage, saw her refuse to leave, gave her a warning, escorted her out. First violation on record. Tuesday, she tried a different approach. Showed up at my work. Receptionist called me. Security on the way. I came downstairs, phone recording. Claire switched into performance mode. Daniel, please, we need to talk. This was a mistake. I was hurt and I said things I shouldn't have, but we can fix this. You need to leave. You've been served with a protective order. You're violating it. That's ridiculous. I'm just trying to talk to you. Security arrived. Ma'am, you need to leave the building. This is a public building, she said. It's a private office building and you're trespassing. You can leave willingly or we call the police. She looked at me, tears streaming. You're really going to do this? You already did this. I'm just responding. She left. Security walked her to the street. I filed a report with the police. Added the video. Second violation on record. Wednesday was quiet. Wrong. Wednesday night, Riley called from an unknown number. Daniel, it's Riley. I'm out. I deleted the group chat. I gave my lawyer copies of everything in case Claire drags me into her legal mess. And if you need a statement about what happened, about the planning, I'll provide it. Why now? Because I work in finance. I have licenses, a reputation. Claire's been telling people I'm part of some harassment conspiracy. My firm got a weird inquiry about my character today. I'm not going down for her insanity. Send me what you need notarized. I'll email you. 2 days later, a notarized statement arrived. 4 pages detailing Operation Upgrade, confirming Kent, confirming the premeditation. Riley didn't do it out of guilt, self-preservation. But I'd take it. Saved. The friend group was fracturing. Jordan went quiet. Riley turned. Madison and Paige went radio silent. The crew was falling apart. Thursday afternoon, building manager called. Daniel, we have a situation. Your ex is here with her mother. They're demanding to speak with you. They have a check. Ask them to leave. They're refusing. Should I call the police? Yes. I left work early, drove straight home. Police were already there talking to Claire and Diane. Claire holding an envelope. Diane going hard. The officer saw me. Sir, are you Daniel? I am. These women say they're here to return property. I don't want anything from them. Claire is under an active protective order, and she's here with her mother, helping her violate it. Diane's face went red. This is absurd. We're trying to fix this and you're acting like a victim. Ma'am, you both need to leave, the officer said. We have a check for him, Claire said, holding up the envelope. Reimbursement for the ring. I returned the ring 2 weeks ago, I said. Took the envelope anyway so they'd have no excuse to return. Officer, I want this documented as a violation. She's not supposed to contact me directly or indirectly. The officer nodded. You're being cited for violation of a protective order, he said to Claire. Then to Diane. Ma'am, you're being trespassed from this property. If you return, you'll be arrested. They left. Officer gave me copies of the citations. Back in my apartment, I opened the envelope. Check for $10,000. Note in Diane's handwriting. For the ring and your trouble. In exchange, we need you to send a statement to Claire's former clients and post on social media that the incident at dinner was a mutual misunderstanding. Claire's career depends on clearing her reputation. This is a fair trade. I photographed both, slid them into a plastic sleeve, and dropped them into my evidence folder for my lawyer. I wanted to tear them up. Anger can wait. Paperwork can't. Also, fair trade for ruining someone's life at dinner? Diane's math was bad. That night, restaurant manager from Husk called. He'd pulled my number from the reservation file. Someone requested they delete security footage from April 12th. Privacy violation claim. Did you delete it? No, sir. Required to keep it 90 days. But someone's trying to erase what happened. If you need a copy for legal purposes, I can provide that. I would appreciate that. Next morning, email from an unknown address. Subject, we should talk, from Jordan. Daniel, I have the full video from the proposal. Everything. High definition, multiple angles. Footage from before and after that's damaging to Claire's version. I'm willing to delete it and never post it, but I need you to do something first. Drop the protective order. Publicly clear Claire's name. Say it was a mutual breakup that got heated. Do that, and this footage disappears forever. Don't, and it goes live on TikTok, where it'll get millions of views. You have 48 hours. People always act toughest when they're typing evidence. Forwarded it to my lawyer. This is extortion, he said 10 minutes later. And she's an idiot for putting it in writing. Forward to police. She just handed you another charge. Did exactly that. Detective called Jordan the same day. Whatever he said made her delete the footage and every social media account within hours. Done. The hearing was on a Wednesday. I showed up with my lawyer, documentation, and Ryan as witness. Claire showed up with her parents and a lawyer they'd hired. Opposite sides of the courtroom. Judge reviewed the petition, reviewed evidence, group chat screenshots, social media posts, violation reports, video footage from building and work. Claire's lawyer tried arguing I was overreacting to a bad breakup, that Claire had simply exercised her right to refuse a proposal. My lawyer presented the group chat, showed the premeditation, showed the affair, showed the deliberate plan, then showed the escalating harassment. Judge was not impressed. Ms. Claire, did you plan this public rejection in advance? The judge asked. Claire's lawyer tried to object. Judge cut him off. I'm asking your client directly. We talked about it, but it wasn't meant to hurt him. It was just supposed to be funny. Funny. You thought publicly humiliating your partner of 3.5 years in front of both families and a restaurant full of strangers would be funny? I was overwhelmed. You were cheating on him? For 2 months? And when he tried to propose, you'd already decided to end it, but didn't want to be the one to do it. So you arranged a public humiliation. Is that accurate? Claire didn't answer. I'm going to stop you right there, the judge said to her lawyer. I've seen a lot of cases in this courtroom. This is one of the more calculated things I've seen in a domestic matter. The protective order is granted. 2 years, 100 yards minimum distance, no contact, direct or indirect, no third-party contact, no social media contact. Violations will result in immediate arrest and criminal charges. Clear? Yes, Your Honor. Judge signed the order. The hotel project wrapped up in early June. Mark called me into his office the day after the final inspection. The partners want to see you, he said. Why? Relax, it's good news. Turned out it was very good news. Promotion to senior engineer, effective immediately. Instead of by year's end, it happened now. 20% raise, my own project team. Corner office. Not that I cared about that, but it was nice. You've been through hell the last 2 months, Mark said after the partners left. But your work didn't suffer. If anything, you got sharper. That's impressive. I just focused on what I could control, I said. Well, keep doing that. You're going places. I moved into a better apartment in July. Real 2-bedroom, actual security, $1,400 a month. Easy with the raise. Sometime in late August, I started seeing Heather. Ryan's wife set it up, her co-worker from the hospital, surgical nurse, low drama, normal. The opposite of everything I'd been living through. By September, work was steady. Heather was easy, and the order held. Thought maybe the worst was over. Wrong. October brought the meltdown. Violet called, voice shaking. Claire wasn't okay. Obsessed, planning something. Diane encouraging her, saying I'd come around. Violet worried she'd do something stupid. If she violates the order, she gets arrested, I said. I don't think she cares anymore. Called my lawyer, discussed options. Stay alert, press charges immediately if she violated. 3 days later it happened. I was leaving work on a Friday, heading to my truck in the parking garage. Saw her immediately, Claire standing next to my truck in a white wedding dress, bouquet in hand, makeup done, eyes manic. Daniel, she said, smiling too wide. I've been waiting for you. Stopped 10 feet away, pulled out my phone, started recording. You need to leave. You're violating a protective order. I know, but I had to see you. I've been thinking about everything, about what I lost. You were right. We should get married. We should be together. Claire, you need to leave right now. No, listen, I'm ready now. I'm saying yes. I do, Daniel, I do. I want to marry you. We can fix this. Everyone will see we were meant to be together. It'll fix everything. She stepped toward me. I stepped back. This isn't about us. This is about you trying to fix your reputation. You don't love me. You never did. Leave before I call the police. I do love you. I do. I'm saying yes to the proposal. I do, Daniel. I do. Coworker stopping to watch. Security guard on his radio. You're embarrassing yourself, I said quietly. No, you don't understand. I need you. If you take me back, Everyone will see it was a misunderstanding. They'll stop saying things about me. My clients will come back. Kent will realize he made a mistake. My mom says if you give me another chance, everything will go back to normal. Nothing is going back to normal. Daniel, please. Crying now, mascara running. I'm begging you. I'll do anything. I'll be whatever you want. Please take me back. I can't handle everyone hating me. I need you to fix this. Security guard approached. Ma'am, you need to leave the property. I'm talking to my fiancé, she said. You're trespassing. The police have been called. We're not working anything out, I said. You have a protective order. You're violating it. Leave. I'm not leaving until you say yes. I'm not leaving until you agree. I'm standing here in a wedding dress, saying yes, saying I do, and you owe me a response. Police sirens closer. I don't owe you anything. You made your choice at that restaurant. You humiliated me, cheated on me, tried to destroy my reputation. Now you're harassing me because your life fell apart and you think I'm your reset button. I'm not. This is over. Accept that before you end up in jail. 2 cruisers pulled in. 4 officers. Claire saw them. Panic crossed her face. Officers, this woman is violating a protective order, I said, handing my phone to security. I have video. I have witnesses. I want to press charges. Ma'am, we need you to come with us, an officer said. No, you don't understand. I was just trying to fix things. He's my fiancé. We're working things out. Ma'am, we have a copy of the protective order. You're in violation. Come with us now. Claire tried to run, got 3 steps before 2 officers grabbed her. Flowers went flying. She started screaming, saying I was ruining her life. Her mother would hear about this. Her lawyer would destroy me. They cuffed her, read her rights, put her in the cruiser while she screamed. One of the officers took my statement, reviewed the video, took the security guard's statement, took statements from the co-workers who'd witnessed it. You'll need to come to the station tomorrow to file a formal report, the officer said. But I want you to know, this is a clear violation. She's looking at criminal charges, possible jail time depending on the judge. I just want her to leave me alone, I said. After tonight, I think she will. They drove away with Claire still screaming in the back of the cruiser. The security guard gave me back my phone. My co-workers asked if I was okay. I said yes, even though I wasn't totally sure. I called my lawyer from my truck, told him what happened. He said he'd file for an extension of the protective order and push for the maximum penalties for the violation. Then I called Violet. She did it, I said. Showed up at my work in a wedding dress. Police arrested her. Violet was quiet for a long moment. I'm sorry, I tried to warn you. I know, it's not your fault, but you should probably prepare for the fallout at your house. Already preparing. I'm actually looking at apartments. I think it's time I moved out. Good for you. Daniel, for what it's worth, you handled this exactly right. From day one, you handled it right. Don't let anyone tell you different. Thanks. I drove home, sat in my apartment, looked at the video one more time. Claire in a white dress screaming, I do, while police closed in. It should have felt like victory, felt more like exhaustion, but it was over. The violation hearing happened 2 weeks later. Claire pled guilty. 6 months probation, court-ordered evaluation, protective order, extended to 5 years. Judge wasn't sympathetic. Mental health struggles don't excuse stalking. You had every opportunity to comply. These are the consequences. Greg pulled me aside in the hallway after. I should have said something at that dinner. I knew it was wrong. I've known for years how Diane and Claire treat people. I just didn't have the courage. I'm sorry. Too late for sorry. He nodded. I know. But she's my daughter and I love her. She did this to herself. Diane enabled every step. He walked away. A week later, Diane tried one last move. She found Heather through a photo Ryan's wife posted and tagged, then sent her a Facebook message warning her about me being emotionally manipulative. One cease and desist letter shut it down permanently. Life moved on. Hotel project won an award. Got the promotion. Claire moved to Atlanta. Reputation destroyed. Violet got her own place. Cut family ties. Ryan and I still hit the gym. Nobody asks about Claire anymore. Sometimes I think about that night at Husk. Her laugh, walking out, everything after. Best thing she ever did was show me exactly who she was before I married her. Worth it to dodge that bullet. Sometimes the trash really does take itself out. Guys, we are so close to hit 100,000 subscribers on this channel. If you are not subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing. It really helps hit that 100,000 mark. Thanks for making this dream come true.